Well, the vision I had 20 years ago was for us to be able to find out fundamentally how the brain functioned. And we went about it by attracting people in all sorts of parts of neuroscience. And they worked together to fundamentally find those discoveries about how the nerve cells communicate, how they function, and how they dysfunction in disease. So I submitted an application to Atlantic Philanthropy, who's Chuck Feeney founded, for a new building and for a new institute, which we called QBI. And very rapidly we received the money to build that building, which was finished in 2007. But not only did we get a building, but we had support to recruit a whole new cohort of great neuroscientists from around Australia and around the world.
So I became director in June 2015, and it was very exciting for me. I had been deputy director for research, following and learning from Perry, but then I was now leading the entire place, and it was very exciting and it was fun, and it's a very steep learning curve to negotiate not just the institute but the university as well. So coming from a medical background, I wanted to have a stronger clinical face to QBI. Our legacy will be not only having great discoveries within our own institute, but training the next generation of neuroscientists who will move away from QBI and establish centers around the world. And we will be the training ground for these people. And of course, along the way, we will find therapies for a lot of treatments like Alzheimer's disease, which is really around the corner for us. Enjoy this quick flashback to 20 years ago.
Professor Perry Bartlett leads a distinguished team of neuroscientists at the Queensland Brain Institute.
Fundamentally, we know very little about how our brain works. We've just started to scratch the surface of that understanding.
Based at the University of Queensland, the Queensland Brain Institute is a world leader in neuroscience research. Researchers here were the first to discover the brain is plastic. That is, it can adapt to changed conditions and has the capacity to generate new neurons, even in the adult. Staff and facilities at the Queensland Brain Institute are world-class. The QBI has begun to develop a highly interactive exchange with other world-leading institutes in China, Japan, Korea, Singapore, and the Pacific Rim, including the USA. A new state-of-the-art $50 million building, due for completion in 2006, will house 300 neuroscientists and the very best equipment and technology available. $40 million of this has come from the Atlantic Philanthropies and the Queensland State Government. This leading combination of researchers and facilities will help establish a major group of computational neuroscientists, the first in the world, who will develop imaging and visualization capacity and model building of the brain.
This plastic brain is really who we are. So I think it's going to give us much more insight into exactly what creates an individual and how that individuality is defined.
So we remain as dedicated as ever to make fundamental discoveries in understanding the brain and find ways to treat these disorders which are heading our way with the aging population. QBI will continue to offer these things to the community and be a powerhouse for science in the years to come.
QBI has become one of the world's leading centres for neuroscience, both fundamental neuroscience but also now clinical translation of neuroscience.
On behalf of everyone at QBI, thank you for your support.